G'day everybody. What do you think this looks like? It was in a bucket. Pulled it out. Can you see it properly? It's over there. There you go. You look up in documentaries about round discs and bumps. See what that relates to use. But I know what this relates to me. It reminds me of certain ancient things and other things besides ancient things. And so I'm going to keep that after I pressure washed it, and that's what stayed. Right? And I'm going to paint it. Probably gold, eh? And it could be the gold disc. Here's a couple other pieces you might not have seen with me too. We have. This one here looks like a little scoop. Scoop. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool little patterns they have in them, isn't it? Oh, some of them are a bit fragile. Just broke the top of that. That's why I'm going to paint them. Because it's just mortar and then pressure wash, so it's, not that fragile, but it's like a soft stone, like a sandstone. There's way. The colours that come out in that, it's like a yellow, white, and grey. Some of the colours come out pretty cool. And these are the other couple of pieces I've got too. Which is this? 3 over here. So there's 9, 10 pieces all up. I've got. Anyway, I thought I'd show you that. The backyard's tidied up until I can get into everything now. Still got to pull that apart, which hopefully I'll do tomorrow. And then burn the last little bit of the wood the next few days. I don't know if you can see it properly, but I'll get as close as I can. Everything along here is all stacked up. Here's the pump I've got to check out, so I've got all the pieces I want to check out. I've got these fans here, which I might take them inside before they get too much dirtier. See how they're on an angle like that? I'm going to cover them with stone and put them in the garden. A big one and a little one. Just this blue one here. This blue one I might just have, like that or something. If you can cover them with stone, right, they can look better than just the way they are, eh? And that's just with stone, you can put some flowers and other things onto it too, and metal. And that in there has got more of those, these in there, and electric motors. It's a whole box of electric motors, about this big round ones, roughly that size. That they put all plastic in. If you bang them open, they actually got a whole heap of these little mini things in it that you could use if you wanted to, but you got to smash them out with a hammer. And these wires come in handy in using stuff in these. You even need copper wire. You go buy a roll of that stuff, and it's not cheap. At Bunnings like that, oh, you get that out, and that's like buying a roll of copper at Bunnings, a wire. You go check out how much it costs, and they come in different thicknesses. And so do these motors. Some things like that, a good bunch like that, costs you 20, 30 bucks. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Because it's all fancy in a packet. And you go, here's some copper roll, you can buy it at the at some sort of store, a store where you go, what do they call them? Arts and crafts store. But things like that, that's where you'll find them overrated. More places like that. But you know what I mean? It's not like they can't do that, they do it anyway. Because it's there and it's a special place and you don't throw it around. But that's what you can pay sometimes. And they're all stacked up, ready to rock and roll. So everything's all nice and clean and stacked up, ready to rock and roll. I'll get into it. Everything's clean now. See if all this is off the concrete and the dirt's out. When it rains, sometimes they get a bit dirty from the stuff sweeping up, of course the poos and all that. But I'm going to use these poles soon, but pretty much you know, it's all clean. There's not much actually rubbish, like that there's rubbish, but I'm going to rip it up and slowly put it in the bin. And then it's just metal, and that wood cabinet I'm going to break up the next few days. So that'll go. It's going to be ripped up, so it'll just be some metal. And in the end, I'll just have a little pile of metal so I can get rid of most of this. Once I go to use, you know, the bits in it, I can use that as well. I can use that. All these bits here I'm going to use. So that's going to get used. And that little bit of metal will go. And the fridge will be cut up. That's going to be used. The evaporative, so that stays. So there's pretty much no junk table. There's pretty much nothing here. When it comes to if I had to get rid of anything, you could put it in the smallest trailer. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of it. So in the end, all I've got is some metal scrappings and the tyres and the tank. I'll end up cutting that up, getting the tin off the top of that, around the side of that, sorry. And then the tank I'm going to pull out, and I'm going to do something with the tank. I've got a few ideas. I can have it sitting up where I can cut holes in it so it fills up, water comes out, right? And I can decorate the tank with stone, right? And set it up and put it in the ground a little bit. It's one idea. I could cut it in half and have 2 trays and have them fill up with water and have like a pond, right? I can do a bit with that tank. It's this timing, so it can sit there until I get around to do it, and I'll just start doing one step at a time. Now that everything's clear from here, I'm going to dig along there, finish off and start the, because I'm going to make like a moat kind of thing all around here, like I said, with the water, and just start doing this garden. And I'll do the garden right up to about, you know, where the bins are here, because that's going to go in the back corner. So I've got right up to here now, and I'll just get all that all nice and neat, and quickly use the last of the fire, take the fire pit away, clean that up. That's not going to be there. And the fire pit I can keep itself, the barrel I'll just clean it up and put it somewhere if I need to use it again, the bricks. But I'm about to move that, and I won't need that fire pit soon. And so I can start working on over here. All this will be nice and clear. Right, that's the plan. So I'll be on to things soon, one step at a time. Now I'm starting to get my energy back. I'm starting to feel like I'm having ups and downs a bit with the energy, but it's starting to come back. I've been crook last month. Been off and on real bad the last month or so, and then I was the same 3 months before that. Like every 2 to 3 months I've been up and down. CF does that, it's very annoying. And if it's not you, sometimes it's not the lungs and that playing up, it could be your bones, which makes you feel weak and all that, and energy. And if it's not that, it's your stomach, your gut, I don't digest fat properly, all that kind of stuff comes off and on. And then you have a stage where you're good for a year or so, you don't have any problems. But then you have problems, and then it's off and on, and it's sort of annoying. But it's alright if you work for yourself, but it can be annoying if you work for others. They can whinge about it. Anyway, that's why a lot of people at CF don't have certain jobs. Have a good one, people, and I'll leave you to it. Come on, Stella. Under here, I've cleaned up the little kitty, water kitty table that we had. I chucked the hoses and all the little bits in there, and I've just chucked it underneath now so they don't get dirty and build up the water. And this is just the piping and stuff in the caravan, tanks. Everything's re-sorted out. Can't get much more neater. This should be it. It's got to be clean. This is an old toilet tent, shelter. You flip it out like that. It's a pop-out one. It's actually not too bad. It's got a little tear or so in it. I'll clean it up and see if it's salvageable. Put that over here. Because the tent was, the little square tent, I wasn't going to worry about it too much. I left it out here and then I chucked it over here because I thought it might have been moulded because it had some on there. But it actually didn't stay in it too bad, and I only did it in a couple of areas, and I managed to get most of it out. So it's just got a light, like darker pattern on that tent that I set up. So I pulled it back down now, and it's in the caravan. So I've got that as the spare tent, and the big one, like I said, I'll get the campus stuff out of the big tent, and I got to rip that up, which is just in the pile there. Sorry. Anyway, I'm blabbing now. Have a good one, people, and see you later. Bye bye. I want to quickly get out here done because I got some birds and things that I found, and since I've actually just found cleaning up in here another bird that must have fell in there on here, so I'm about to clean it up. Second one, I found another bird like that around the corner when I found it. This is my second one. Just clean them up, and the other bird, I'll put it all in a wrapping, and it's just like in a little present of wax wrapping at the moment. And same with I found some I'm having a memory blank at the moment. Some mice as well, a couple of them. So I've got a few little creatures, the Barry, and I'm going to put them in the pyramids here, and maybe around the stump. There's some areas I've got to make up so I can bury. So I'm thinking about how I'm going to do it. Like, should I make it so I can, when I go to do it, I want to make it so I can have areas. I can't just artistly just put it in. I want to find where I'm going to put them. Like one goes here, one goes in that corner, so on. And I need to write down too, because I've got a few in there already. And I've noticed when you start burying things everywhere, you start forgetting. So what was there again? That's why we got these plaques and stuff. So I want to start. I want to get it. I got a book already. I'm going to write down what I've got in the garden before it gets too many. You know what I mean? Just to help me remember what's in there. Have a good one, people. See you later.